Okay. Hello and welcome everyone. Is Division 3 race in DPR today. We are back again in Jeddah. And alongside of me today is Race. Hello
everyone.
So yeah, as qualifying just started, we have 11 drivers today. Let's enable telemetry, lab data and track.
That's more than Division 2.
Huh?
It's more than Division 2.
Yeah.
That's sad.
So let's see who is first one. Chriso will be first one on the track.
If someone is going to write into the comments of Twitch, please be so kind and read it out loud, because I can't do two of them at once. I'm not Tommy.
Yeah. I have enabled. I don't know on Twitch. Let me just check if I can hear you. Say something.
1, 2, 3, testing. 1, 2, 3. How was it?
Yeah, it's working.
Right.
So it looks like that smart-ass Thomas Frost has something turned off on his side, because people can't hear him when we do comms together.
They can't?
No. And Chris will now start his first fast lap.
Mute the stream.
Yeah, right. I already hear myself from your side.
Yeah, I have a little echo in the background always.
Yeah. Chris now in the first sector.
But the echo is there because I'm deaf. When I have it really loud.
The most tricky part of Sector 1. Constant direction switching from left to right. Need to be really focused not to invalidate your time.
Well, he doesn't have Frost set up, so it's gonna be good.
Yeah, exactly.
And we have McLaren off. I think it was Lordust. Yeah, it was Lordust, the wing gone. The left side of the wing is a little destroyed.
Yeah, meanwhile, we are still watching Chris, who will now conclude his time on Sector 2. 1 minute 2 seconds 848. A bit of reference for the rest of drivers, as he will be probably first one to set the fast lap.
And he's going to soon finish his lap.
Yeah. Already on last corner, accelerating. Let's see what time Chris will manage. And it's 1:30.988, just under 1:31.
And he's first.
Yeah. Who would have thought, huh?
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
And Joshua now, next one. I think he was a bit around second and a half slower, or even more.
1:34.
Yeah.
4 seconds behind.
Looks like he made a mistake.
Lordust 143 after the spin. I don't know why he set a time when his wing is broken, though. I would have gone for a pit. You can
just as sort of a banker lap, so he can get delta on his lap. Ooh, Infinity with the moment there.
No, 132. Noxer 132 as well. 397.
Yeah.
I like how we're both munching or something.
Mano is out. Oof, he's a very slow lap.
You're
Nikacevic now.
130.
0.8.
Beautiful time. Only slightly better than Chriso F1, but still better than on Chriso F1.
Let's check Bravados now. Ooh, he was slow in first sector.
And it looks like, on my screen at least, that F1 Menno is going to finish his lap right now. With 154, setting himself up to 7th position. And now we have Ambu Mason.
I think he's only one on first lap.
Well, Joshua is as well, but if he is actually going to do something about it, that's a different story.
Yeah.
And he is.
He did improve by 1 second.
Good job to him.
Also, Lord Dust
doesn't have a wing at all.
Wing.
Lord Dust should really go change his wing at the moment.
Yeah. He's really wasting his time.
And Don Bravados finishing the time with 4th position.
Yeah, 132.3. Oh, just over 2 tenths slower than Pineri in P3. 400ths of a second faster than Noxer.
Yep. And we have Maciej Gabrowicz in the pits. I don't know why it looks like he's leaving, or it's just, no, that's the Haas, that's something else.
Let's see now, Ambu Mason now. One of the fastest drivers in Division 3. I think his second sector is somewhere around first positions.
We have yellow flags. I presume that's Lord Dust. Oh, it's not. Joshua going wide everywhere, possibly a broken wing. Unknown at the moment.
Now Ambu is now closing off start finish straight. And yeah, first position.
Unsurprising, honestly.
Faster than Jure Nikacevic.
Good job to Ambu Mason. Honestly, unsurprising seeing him in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
And I want to see Lord Dust go into the pits.
Yeah, well. If he won't go, message him.
I'll message him.
Yeah, he's going.
Alright, good.
So one less thing for you to worry about.
After yesterday's race, I want to see everyone with their wing intact.
Yeah, Baloo is now finishing his fast lap. And then we are gonna switch to Gabrowicz. Let's see, Baloo finishing his lap with 133.6. So P6 at the moment, P8 for the moment for Baloo. Slotted in between both McLarens. And let's check. Gabrowicz now only driver to set a lap.
Why is it so quiet?
Huh?
I have a really quiet game.
Well, you need to increase volume in the game settings.
Yeah, I did that.
The menu
settings,
and then.
Oh, don't worry, I'm fiddling with the audio constantly to hear Tommy and the game at the same time.
Okay. Yeah, they can also hear echo from the other guy's mic.
Well, hold on.
How about now? Still. Nothing gonna help.
If the echo is too bad, I'll be muting myself. That's fine.
Gabrowicz now finishing the first sector. What will be time? 34.1. I think he's around. He should be around P4 or P5. Noxer.
Noxer retired from the session.
Yeah, he crashed out. See, Gabrowicz now approaching end of sector 2. 13.7, yeah. I think he's even faster than Finieri. He'll probably end up somewhere around 131s. Our acceleration from Gabrovets. Approaching start-finish line and 132.4. I think he lost some time on last sector because he was only 1 second behind the top 3 at the end of the second one.
Well, it did earn him a beautiful 7th position.
Yeah, but I think he can do better than this. I'm pretty sure.
He definitely can. Knowing him, he can.
Chris now improved to P2.
Oh, and we have a Joshua spinning out.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the sector 2. That's where I spun the most as well.
Hit him. Bravadas also just went by him.
Lordust going in. He's going full on, apparently. I'm going to set his time right now.
Yeah, much better lap. Second try from Bravados. 6 tenths
Lordust.
up.
Lordust just set a time of 3 minutes.
Oh. Yeah, I'm on board with Bravados.
Oh! Lordust official losing it slightly on the straight, tapping Gabrovets on the front.
And Bravados now into P4, only 3 tenths behind P1. So looks like we might get a tight battle for the race win, as we have 3 drivers now in 3 tenths. What about Finieri? Finieri is now finishing his second try. 131.7, yeah. 4 tenths improved by Finieri. Who else is out? I think Joshua just started his fast lap.
Joshua's spin was just him trying to warm up his tires, definitely.
Yeah, could be. A bit radical approach to warm up his tires. Oh, and he just went too wide, but luckily he didn't invalidate his time. He is almost 3 tenths up on his previous best. Finieri, I think, moved.
Lordust going to set a time as well. Pushing himself into 10th position with 133.976.
That's a shame. He was really too wide there. That first fast chicane in sector 1, in sector 2. Let's see if he will do better in this one. Yeah, much better in second one.
Joshua is about to set his time.
Yeah. I mean, he could improve by at least half a second, but well, he did, but still he has a lot of time to find in sector 2 because he really went too wide in that first fast chicane. It really cost him a lot of time. So Joshua now P8, 132.6.
Someone lost a wing. Chris did. At the end of the sector 3.
Ambo Mason is out again on fast lap.
So is Balu, I think. And he hit the wing. Hopefully that is no damage to him.
And he is just 600 of a second faster.
Lordust setting a time. plus 10 seconds.
Yellow flags in sector 2. One of the McLarens is very slow.
And that is going to be
1/10
Joshua.
up by Ambo Mason. So let's see if he can add something more in that only one
Lord
turn.
Dust spun out. Straight out of the track. Doesn't look like he has any damage though.
And Ambo Mason now improving on his time by almost 2/10, so the bar is now set at 1:30.5. We have Chris 2/10 behind him, and Nikacevic, who is now in fast lap, in 3/10 behind. I think Nikacevic will now start his next qualifying lap. So let's watch Nikacevic. If he can find 3/10 or more to put it on original pole. 1 minute 40 is still left till the end of qualifying.
As a commentator, I always find it really exciting when the qualifying is slowly but surely ending.
Yeah, Nikacevic is already 1/10 up on first sector. He's almost on half of what he needs to put it on pole. Yeah, nice tight line there. See how will he perform in second. Fast chicane. Just slightly wide. But okay. This corner, acceleration. Let's see what will his time be. On 30.7.
He's a second.
Yeah, just overtook Chris by 0.05 of a second. Chris is already on his fast lap, but he was 3/10 down on his first sector time. Now 4/10 down. The power slide from Chris. And qualifying just ended. Nikacevic is still on. Ooh, Nikacevic is still on fast lap. So let's see, Chris probably won't improve on his time. Yep, he was just under 3/10 down. Same for Dombravadas. What about Nikacevic? Let's see his second sector time. Few seconds. It's 0.04 of a second up. Needs to find one more 10. Let's see. Now he really needs to nail this final corner with good acceleration from it. No, and he just did max.
Fineri finishing his lap.
Yeah.
Being faster only by 431.
Who?
Fineri.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's still in P5. So yeah, looks like that was it. Nikacevic bottled it on the final corner. Fortunately for him. So we have Ambo Mason on pole. Nikacevic will start in second. Krisa will be third. On the grid, Dombravadas fourth. Finiri fifth. Gabrovets sixth. Noxer P7. Joshua P8. Baloo P9. Lordas P10. And Meno P11. We also have some fans from Gabrovets in the chat. cheering for Matej to perform good in the race. I think they want to see a podium from Gabrovets. Let's wait and see. So yeah, here you have qualifying positions. You know what? I'll be back in a few moments. You can maybe do standings for Division 3 meanwhile.
We currently have Albu Mason being in the pole position in the Mercedes. Yuri Nikisevich, if I'm saying that name right, is in the second position. Chriso being in the third in Red Bull. These are going to be our top three drivers, or at least at the qualifying end. And we will see how the race is going to unfold. Hopefully the first lap and the first corner is going to be safely executed and is not going to have too many crashes or too many spins, because the first corner usually is the most chaotic one. So here's the hoping for it to be positive. And good luck to all the drivers out there, if you're on the streams. Make sure to drive safe, but fast. Alright, the race starts in 5 seconds, or at least the formation lap does. Ish. And so the formation lap starts. Albu Mason being the lead of the formation lap. As I said, Albu Mason, Jura, and Chriso being the first, second, and third, with Don Bravados being fourth, Feneri being fifth, Gabrovets being sixth, Noxer seventh, Joshua eighth, ninth is Balu, 10th is Lordust, and 11th is Menno. And it would appear someone has spun, and I think that was Matej. Will not do anything bad at the moment, since it's a formation lap. Nothing necessarily interesting going on. It's usually the finishing of the formation lap that gets hectic, and the race start. After that, it's a marathon. Trying to finish and be the fastest at the same time. Alright, formation lap ending soon in Jeddah. Last corner, going into the straight. Albu Mason will try to get back on the grid. Hopefully we won't see a lot of disqualifications tonight. I'm hoping for only 2, or none at best. As our top 3 puts themselves onto the grid without any issues. Everyone else trying to put themselves on the grid. Noxer has been disqualified from the grid. Menno has been disqualified from the grid. And so was Matej Gabrovets disqualified from the grid. And we have lights. And the race has started with the Lourdes official having a drive-through penalty for a jump start. Unlucky. And I think that was Lordust. He is not out of the race, he's continuing on. The first corners being the most aggressive ones of them all. Drivers trying to put them positions up.
Bravadas dropped down to P5. Finiri Gavrovets overtook him.
Finnery going a little wide.
Oh, and Crusoe with in P8.
Yes, Crusoe is in P8, but he should get back slowly because he is not a very slow driver. Not at all.
Yeah. Josh also improved to P6.
Matej Gavrovets pushing himself up to the 4th position. And Matej Gavrovets spinning out, going into the wall, hitting this wing, and getting into Balu.
Yeah.
Getting into the way of the Balu. Balu losing his front wing completely, knocking Gavrovets out of the race, and causing a safety car.
No, it's virtual. Virtual safety car, I don't see a yellow dot.
And we have a sex chat. Nice.
Where?
On YouTube.
Yeah,
Sex chat, 69.
Delete it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are on.
Alright. We're on the safety car. It's virtual safety car, yeah.
Yeah.
Drivers slowly but surely warming up their tires, not losing too much speed since it's only virtual. Balu is changing his wing. He's going to change his tires as well into...
Yeah, as for tires
hards.
we have Bravadas only one on hards. Now,
Currently Balu being as well.
Yeah, and we have Mano and Lord Dust official on softs.
Lord Dust is now on mediums.
Changed. Yeah, so and like the rest of the guys, mediums. So yeah, so we will be watching Bravadas, who is on reversed strategy. He might be faster at the end of the race.
Mano being still on softs. He chose not to change. The times are completely off again. It's showing me that Nikosevic is on minus 1 minute 43, but that's completely fine.
Oh, it works fine for me. He's 3/10 behind Ambu.
I have like I have 6 drivers with a completely broken time. Largest official being 2 minutes behind.
Ooh, and Knoxer overtaking and Chris also. Joshua dropped now to P7. Chris P6. Knoxer P5. And we are still waiting for DRS to be enabled, which will be now probably, as we are now in lap 3. Pikachu
DRS
with the
enabled.
fastest lap. Yeah. Pikachu fastest lap. Portes behind Ambu Mason. Bravadas. Ooh, Crystal.
Finnery.
At the moment.
Finnery spun out into the wall.
Oh.
Watch out. Red Bull's coming. Alright. He dodged him well, but the wing on the right side has been broken completely. He needs to go for an exchange, otherwise he's not going to be able to race completely.
Yeah, Chris also spun.
Chris spun, yep. And we have another virtual safety car.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate.
Now serving his... Oh, he's pitting again.
Why is Lorda spitting?
I don't know. Maybe he wanted to serve his drive-through penalty and
it didn't work.
He just came on.
But he doesn't have a drive-through penalty. Or? Oh, he still does.
Yeah, he still does, because I think he probably wanted to serve the penalty and then VSC.
It is possible, but I think you can still serve the drive-through penalty during the virtual safety car as well. Only problem is that you don't have to, what I think he did personally, I could be completely wrong, but he did click R1 and then put it on box this lap, which is quite possible.
Maybe Gavrovets is not pleased with himself in chat.
What is he saying?
Posting. Blip myself should be in a Ferrari. With a to censor his message. Mano, drive-through
Drive-through
penalty, speeding
penalty.
under PSC. Come on, guys.
Mano. Again.
Chriso now in the pits. We'll switch onto the softs and new front wing for Chriso. So yeah, Ambo Mason still leading.
Joshua possibly having a horrible setup or something, because this is the second time he went into the corner, cutting it completely off, going off the track as well.
Yeah, well, he's also new in this game. Last week he was first race he did in this game. So he's still probably learning.
Yet he's driving better than I am.
Close behind Bravadas and ooh, he just tapped the wall. He's just behind Bravadas and Noxer. Ooh, Noxer now trying to overtake Bravadas.
Not necessarily working in his favor. We have Joshua, Noxer, and Dom Bravados trying to fight for the third position, as they are the currently second drivers fighting for positions, as there is Nikasevich and Mason fighting for the first position of the race.
Yeah. Looks like Ambo Mason is really fast on the straights.
He definitely is, but he is Nikasevich losing it slightly in the turn, giving Ambo Mason his much needed space.
Yeah, he is 1.6 seconds behind now. Noxer and Joshua still close behind Bravadas, who is struggling a bit now.
And Finnery went over Menno as he went into the pits.
Yeah, Menno is serving his directed penalty.
Yes.
Ooh, and Joshua,
multiple warnings. As I said, he's going way too wide and across the entire track. That is definitely the warnings.
Yeah. But he's trying to overtake Noxer, who went wide in the corner. They're almost side by side.
And didn't work. He's very close.
Yeah, he caught again.
Finnery, multiple warnings. Another one.
Now.
And Joshua is at a very... Oh, and he hit the wall!
Yeah, again.
Again. But he is at a very low ERS as well, because his backlight is blinking. He's trying his best though, but it's not going to work, as the ERS on Noxer is possibly way higher than Joshua has, and the wing is possibly damaged. And we have Balu and Menno fighting in the back of the pack.
Joshua already will completely empty the ERS, and we are only lap 6.
Sounds like Freezy to me.
How to manage the ERS, because in this game ERS does not fill up like it did in the 2021 game.
That is definitely true, considering that in 2021 game you could go 50% and 90% in one entire lap. Here you're having trouble to go up 10% in one entire lap, so yeah, that's the thing. And he's cutting again, same corners, completely cutting. We are going to be looking at a 6-second time penalty soon enough.
Yeah. He's too fast. Ooh, and
he spin into the wall, tapping his front wing, possibly getting the damage in there.
Well, luckily he has enough time difference in front of Finiri.
That is true.
So he can turn his around.
And we have another spin of Chriso, currently blocking Valu slightly only. Valu taking the position from Chriso to 7th position. Chriso being behind, possibly having a damage to the front wing.
Yeah,
that he has to go fix.
Again. And Nikacevic now only half a second behind Ambo Mason and is attacking him. Fastest lap for Nikacevic, and he's
trying his best to take the position, going on the inside and gaining the first position away from Ambo Mason. A total steal.
Yeah, Nikacevic now in P1, but
Ambo Mason
still not giving up.
Ambo Mason is angry. He's going to try his best to take the first position away from Nikasevich and take the spotlight on himself again. He definitely has the ability to do so. And he is going to have to try a little harder, going wide in that corner, causing himself to lose some time to Nikacevic. Or
Yeah.
how do you read the name?
Yuri Nikacevic.
Nikacevic, okay.
Yeah.
He's losing time slightly to Nikacevic.
Yeah, and Bravados now already 8 seconds behind.
And we have also
dropping off.
Lord Dust official with F1 Menno fighting over the 9th position as Lord Dust got himself back into the race and catching up to the pack only slightly, but he got to Menno at least.
Yeah.
Andrew Mason losing tremendous amounts of times to Nikacevic. And we have Freezy on the stream saying that he improved. Oh, you're dead.
And Amber Mason now going back in the lead.
He goes back into the lead using ERS, I presume, going into the corner right now, taking the first position. He went wide slightly.
Corner, yeah, and Nikacevic back again in the front position.
Nikacevic, he's hungry for the first position, but so is Andrew Mason. They're going to be fighting, and it's quite possible that these two are going to be the most interesting fight of the race tonight.
Yeah, of course. And as you can see, they are battling and still pulling away from Bravados, who is now over 9 seconds behind two of them.
We have a Sector 2 as a McLaren driver. Lord Dust spins out. I don't see any damage yet, and he doesn't necessarily have damage. And Chriso taking the position from Balu, getting himself to 7th position. With penalties, we're still standing at Joshua and Finnery being in 3-second time penalties. And we have, on tire compounds, we have Balu, Lord Dust, and Don Bravados on hards, with Chriso being on softs and everyone else being on mediums. Old mediums, we're currently looking at Nikacevic, we're looking at Ambu Mason, Noxer, Joshua, and Finnery on old mediums, with hards on Balu being 6 laps, and Menno having a 1 lap old medium.
Yeah.
While Lord Dust already has 2 stops.
Who is that? Lord Dust again?
Lord Dust spinning out, destroying destroying completely his front wing. Now going for the 3rd stop that he needs, while we have, I think, Don Bravados trying to catch up and get behind, with Noxer right behind him.
Yeah, luckily Lord Dust just moved out of the way before Bravados came.
Just in time.
Yeah.
Then Lord Dust is going to be changing onto the soft tires, with his wing being exchanged as well.
Yeah. Bravados now already 10 seconds behind front 2.
Ambu Mason and Nikacevic having real problems. Or at least Mason is.
Yeah, there are still some gap is still moving around 1 second to 1.5 seconds.
Mason is not happy for what he has currently gone through, going the 1st position from the beginning of the race, now being in the 2nd position because of 2 silly mistakes that he could have completely negated. But the added pressure from Nikacevic wasn't doing him good, and he did the mistakes. As they are going to be lapping Menno. Oh, that means that they have lapped Lord Dust as well. I apologize for this slight stutter. As Menno is going to be having blue flag conditions soon enough. Unfortunate for Menno, as he was pretty high up at the beginning of the race, got himself a little high, and then he got a little spun, going wide right here. Then he just went down to the 9th position.
Snoxer still trying to hold on Bravados, still 2.5 seconds. Ooh, and he just went wide, completely wide on the track. again, and the gap increased to 3.1. Fortunately for Noxer, we are still in the lap 10 out of 25. Sector 2. Who's that? Oh yeah, Meno is moving away.
Meno is letting... No, although Meno was in blue flag conditions, letting Ambo Mason and Nikacevic go forward, but while he was doing that, Meno blocked Ambo's Mason advance, forcing him to slightly tap on the brakes, I presume, giving Nikacevic...
He needs to lose some time.
Yeah, well, he tapped the brakes slightly then, as Meno didn't necessarily decide where to go properly.
Yeah.
There's nothing interesting going on the track at the moment, other than Nikacevic and Mason fighting over the positions. As there's not a lot of drivers on the grid, even though there is 10, it's hardly not enough. The race gets stale after a few laps, as there will be gaps formed.
Yeah. Currently closest drivers are positions 1 and 2.
We have Fineri and Lord Dust, as Lord Dust goes into the pits again, Fineri going over him. Balu taking over Chriso.
Yeah, Chris is pitting on hearts.
Nah, okay, I see.
So,
Alright, so...
I think that this will be his final pit stop. He's
we're currently...
P8, around 8.5 seconds behind Balu.
And we're currently looking at least on my screen, we're currently looking at the position changes for the drivers, and we can see Noxer and Joshua going up in 3 places. Ambo Mason, of course, losing the first position, now losing 1 place as Nikacevic got that 1 position up. As currently in the worst condition is Chriso, as he lost 5 positions in this race.
Unfortunately for him, he did 1 or 2 times. Noxer now hitting on P4.
Noxer losing the position to Joshua.
Yeah, he is now on fresh hearts. Just slotted behind on track behind Joshua.
As Joshua had so many troubles when the race started, now he's currently one of the drivers that has the best conditions at the moment, looking at 4 places gained. Even with the 3-second tire penalty, he's still gained 4 positions, looking at 3. So he gained 3 positions with time-second penalty.
Fineri and Lordas now pitting. Lordas again changing his front wing.
Yep. Balu coming out of the pits.
Your yesterday's race.
Oh yeah, well, hardly. I didn't have any wings.
Ooh, and Nikacic now pitting. Also Ambu.
Alright, so Nikacevic and Ambu are pitting for hard tires, with Chriso getting 3-second tire penalty for multiple warnings. Alright, Dom Bravado's taking the first position with 12 laps old hearts. Excuse me. Hearts.
4 laps. Hard tires.
Yes. We have Noxer and we have Fineri with pretty fresh hard tires currently.
Joshua now pitting.
Lord just officially retiring from the session, crashing out, causing a safety car to be deployed.
Ooh, safety car.
Now we have...
Oh, this will now be helping Bravados.
Ah, this is going to be the best chance we will get.
Beat on fresh mediums, yeah, as we can see remainings of the McLaren from the Lord Dust.
This is now getting exciting, as all the drivers are going to catch up to each other, giving us the possibility to see the total mayhem again.
Yeah.
But the real question is it going to be a mayhem, or is it just going to be a walk in a park? Knowing DPR, it's going to be World War III.
This will now be interesting, as front runners Nikacic and Ambo Mason will be on fresh hards, and Bravadas will be practically only one on the fresh mediums.
That is true, and as he's going to be on the fresh mediums, that means he's going to gain some speed. And Dom Bravados, not being a very bad driver, he might have the chance to take the first position and keep it all the way to the end of the race.
Yeah, I just don't understand why he tried to overtake Mano in the pits. I mean, just before the pits. Then he let overtake him back again. Looks like he had that warning for illegal overtake. Ooh, and Mano dodging the wall out of the pits.
And Dom Bravados exchanged his tires for the fresh mediums, keeping the third position, slowly but surely going to catch up to Anbu Mason and Nikacevic, which is going to put both of the drivers into extreme danger, as medium tires are a monster compared to hard tires.
Yeah. Plus we will have the whole field bunched up back again.
Yes. But that means fun. The more people that we have during a race that are together because of a safety car or at the beginning of the race means content, and that's good.
Some extra excitement is never too much.
Please say again.
Huh?
Please say again, as I didn't understand.
I said that some extra excitement in the race is never too much.
That's true. You know, during the safety car periods, I'm usually not even watching the cars or what's going on. I'm just looking around the map and the details. And I can't help to think, if you're driving in a city, imagine how lucky you have to be to have an apartment that overlooks the entire race, completely for free.
Yeah. I just don't understand why Baloo didn't pit.
Baloo didn't pit because he thinks he can finish the race with the 12 laps old hard tires, and he also has a pretty good chance on catching up to the grid at the same time. But it would be very useful if he did change the tires into mediums, as Dom Bravados did.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not the fastest driver on the grid, and that is completely okay. But with the mediums, he could have a bigger chance.
Exactly. Yeah, he's pitting now.
He's pitting now, but that's a little too late. He might have troubles catching up to the safety car now.
Well, we will see.
He's gonna have to push the tires, giving them some additional.
Oh, he's going on soft.
Oh, he's going on soft. No, that's not a good. That's a risk. That's an extreme risk. That's 10 laps of softs. That is a tremendous amount of risk coming from Baloo, and that, honestly, that takes a pair of balls.
Yeah, maybe his mediums were already used.
That's possible. From where is Baloo? What state?
Huh?
What state is Baloo from? You don't know?
I'm not sure.
I'll go check it out. This is a very needed information.
Why?
Because if he is from a state that I think he is from, then no wonder he's fitted for softs.
I think he is Dutch, but I'm not sure.
Oh, Dutch. Well, that's completely off my ranks.
Where do you think he's from?
I thought he's from Slovenia. I think I'm saying it right.
No, he's not.
Oh. Balu. Well, I can't even check it because he's offline apparently. Chris Anbu Mason. Oh, he's American. Anbu Mason is American?
Yep.
Damn. Alright. Surprised his internet is fine.
Yeah, well. He finds time.
I know what country is Balu from now.
Huh?
The Void. He doesn't have a country in front of his name.
Yeah.
So he's from the Abyss, so no wonder he picked up the sauce.
Repeating.
They're repeating now.
Yeah. Looks like another driver who will go on softs. Yep.
Okay, but he has that one bonus lap. He has 9 laps, and that's not that bad. Because people that don't play Formula 1, 2022 at least, would actually be surprised how much can that one lap on the soft tires change.
Yeah, especially if the track is really
speed oriented. Not speed. Corners are the worst. Yeah. Well, tire wearing and all that, but I think the worst track to have softs on is like China and necessarily like all the tracks that have a lot of corners. We have a spin. Nikacevic spinning, going into 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th,
Jesus.
8 positions down for Nikacevic, losing the opportunity to be all the way at the top. Very, very, very sad news today, or tonight. But good news for Dom Bravados, as he's going to be pushing for the first position.
Alpha's race went from great to medium and now to bad.
Yeah, they lost one driver already, and Nikacevic spinning out during the safety car, which is a surprise actually, caused him to lose all of the positions that he gained, and now he has 3 laps old hard tires in front of 2 people who have soft tires. So I'm sorry, Nikacevic, but it doesn't look very bright for you, as there is a safety car in this lap.
Yep. And let's go on board with Bravados, who is now eager to overtake his teammate.
That is true. And we can see Noxer fighting with the Red Bull. But Red Bull has no other option but to let Noxer go in front. Nikacevic gaining the position from Fineri, and Fineri taking the position from Nikacevic back.
And Joshua overtaking Crystal.
Good job to Joshua. That looks to be 6 positions above.
Spun, and just in front of Crystal, who bumped into him.
And Crystal has received 5-second penalty for severe collision that I think will be removed, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Alright.
He really couldn't do nothing.
That is completely understandable.
And that put Nikacevic to P6 already.
Oh, he's going up, surprisingly.
Yeah.
But Balu and Fineri, with soft tires, being in 4th and 5th position, they will be pushing as much as they can to get up on the top 3 and on the podium. As Dom Bravados on his medium tires is losing
the guy to look for
time.
Ooh,
and gaining now time. Now 380. The time is jumping up and down depending on what we're currently looking at. If we're currently looking at the corners, the time could go down very quickly, and if we're looking at the straights, the time is going down rapidly, as he's possibly using his ERS, going to 250, making sure to catch up to Albu Mason.
Fineri now overtaking Balu for P4. And also here comes Nikacevic, who is so much faster than both these 2 drivers.
Well, that you can see the skill at the moment. Nikacevic being very skillful driver, trying to take back what was taken from him by his own spin. As he is possibly very, very mad that Mason has received his first position back, which is very good for Mason, because he has 5 laps old hards, and Dombrovados, if he is not going to act, his tires are just going to get worse and worse and worse, all the way to the point of him losing extreme amounts of time to Mason, which he already is, surprisingly, with his medium tires, losing time, being 1 minute and 500 behind Mason, which is surprising enough already. And now I have the helicopter view, which is beautiful.
Nikacevic now overtaking Finiri, and Nikacevic now in P4.
Nikacevic going back from the grave. Look at him.
Yeah.
Going all the way to the back.
Catching up on Noxer.
Yeah, he's
just
a beast.
over 1 second behind Noxer.
Oh, he's a beast. He's a big beast. He's angry.
Yeah.
Now.
And just look at his speed on the start-finish straight.
Exactly. DRS is enabled, and Nikacevic is going to have his biggest chance. Oh, he's going. He's going, and if he's going to receive the DRS, it's just going to be game over for the other drivers, as Mason is going to feel the pressure from Nikacevic very, very soon.
Yeah, and looks like Barbados is having some troubles, as Noxer is now gaining on him. And right behind Noxer there is Nikacevic.
Well, Dombrovados has been having troubles since the beginning of this last lap, as he was already lacking behind Mason by 1.5, and now he's lacking 1.8. He is losing time to hard tires, and in this way we can actually see the pure amount of Ambu Mason's skill, just determination and skill that Mason and Nikacevic are showing this race is
and Nikacevic already on the diffuser of Noxer.
He was smelling the fumes as he's going on the outside, gaining the position, 3rd position. Podium is back for Nikacevic. He's going to start gaining on Dombrovados and try to take back the 1st position as he had it before.
Yeah, he's only 3.7 seconds behind the lead, so everything is still possible. We still have 6 laps to go.
It's still possible.
Let's switch the leader to compare times from Ambu and Nikacevic.
Three minutes from Ambu. Catching up rapidly.
Yeah, 3.2 now.
We have Feneri being slightly threatened by Criso.
Yeah, Chris is almost in his DRS range. Now falling behind. And Bravado started to gain on Ambu. Looks like Ambu Mason made a mistake.
Definitely, but can Dombrovados actually catch up to Ambu Mason? That's the question. That's a question that I think we will not be getting an answer for anytime soon, or at least last 2 laps.
He still is. He is still closing.
He is closing, but he is possibly closing only because he uses ERS quite heavily on the straight.
No, he was not.
He wasn't using ERS.
Well, I didn't. He still has 46%.
Yeah, so he can still use the ERS if it gets too tough.
Yeah.
But medium tires being on 7 laps already, now having at least 30% off. 30 to 40% off, I think. As the Mason's Hards are not doing anything bad. Nikacevic, though, closing the gap to the leader extremely quickly. Joshua 3-second time penalty.
6 now for Joshua.
As I was saying, Nikacevic is slowly but surely gaining the time on Andrew Mason to the leader, as he was 3 seconds away and now he's only 1.9.
Yep. And he's already in the DRS of Bravados.
Dom Bravados is quite possibly in this 4 laps going to lose his second position and go into third, and if he's going to push too hard he could lose all the positions, so it's possibly the best if he only loses one.
Yeah, we have 3 drivers in 2 seconds. Nikacic again with the fastest lap, 133.6.
Nikacevic is hungry.
Ooh, and he just went to DAP to the first corner, almost hit. And he got 3 seconds. No, and he spun.
Nikacevic, come on, you're pushing too much.
Mistake after mistake. Ooh. Almost went into the front of Crystal. Yeah. Shame for Nikacevic. It really completely destroyed his race.
But there is a safety car, and people are going to be switching to soft tires possibly, if they think it's a good idea. As Balu is letting Nikacevic go, for some reason.
Yeah. I don't know if I would go into the pits for the fresh softs.
It might not be the best idea, but for drivers maybe like Nikacevic, it could be useful, as he is already fast on hard.
Has to go because he doesn't have front wing at all.
Yeah, but I'm saying like for softs. He could go for mediums, but if he's gonna go for softs,
for softs.
Imagine, 1 lap, you have 3 laps. 1 lap is to warm up your tires, while the 2, if you have been already fast on hards, you're gonna be like a jet on the softs. He's going to be doing time trial doing a race, which could put Nikacevic all the way up. Andrew Mason is pitting, what?
Yeah, Bravados also.
This is...
Looks like everyone will go into the pits. No, Noxer is staying out.
Noxer! With his 11 laps. Fineri with soft compound.
Yeah, Nikacic will go into pits. Balu is straight on. What about Joshua also continuing? No, well, Ambo Mason in position 3.
Ambo Mason is not going to be getting the first position back. I do not believe this. He might not be getting the first position back.
Yeah, well, he is P3 now. Bravados is P5.
Okay, well, Ambo Mason is P3 right now. But Noxer and Fineri is on soft compounds, while Noxer is on hards. But only 2 laps left, and there is a safety car as well. And if the safety car is going to go in the lap, this one or the next one, it's going to be not too small amount of laps for Ambo Mason to get back into the first position, which could put Noxer in the first position.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the safety car will go in the pits this lap. So we will have 2 laps of racing.
Well, honestly, even if it's going to go into the pits at the moment, Noxer, all he needs to do is to defend, and he gets to keep the pole position.
Defend like a lion.
Exactly, defend like a lion.
Yeah.
He's gonna go. He's gonna be the first one. He didn't exchange as he was on the hard.
This is gonna be interesting, I think. I
just Mason should have stayed out.
Yeah, well, he has basically has P2 because Fineri has time penalty.
Yes, but Fineri is still that wall in front of Noxer to protect him as well, as Finuri could be still protecting and defending the position.
Yeah, we will see shortly.
Yes.
As safety car is approaching pit lane, and we are waiting for Noxer to restart the race.
Noxer, he's off. Now we are currently seeing Noxer and Finuri.
Ooh, we almost had Baloo crashing into Finuri.
And we have Ambu Mason trying to get into the first position with his soft tires. Good defending.
Who was that? Dikacic or someone who flew by the rest of the grid. Ooh. Bravados losing places. He and Dikacic touched wheels. Now Baloo and Nikacic both off, and Bravados going through.
And we have a lot of. What is going on?
Crazy racing.
I love
Nikacic
it.
spun again.
Oh, Nikacic, well.
Chriso with 3 second time penalty.
And we have Ambu Mason gaining on Finuri, trying to take it from the outside, taking the position, going into second. Finuri taking the second position from the inside.
Yeah, Finuri still blocking. Ambu Noxer still in front.
Finuri having the 3 second time penalty, blocking like crazy, allowing Noxer to get the first position and still keep it.
This is madman racing.
And I just broke my computer. Let's go.
Ambu Mason still struggling to overtake. Now he's trying to overtake Finiri. Still advancing to complete the overtake. Meanwhile, Noxer is already 1.7 seconds in front.
Noxer could keep the first position as Ambu Mason
wanted to is gonna overtake. Look at this.
And we have a taps. And he's going into the wall.
And now Bravados in P2.
Now we have John Bravados P2, exactly. And we have Joshua spinning again. Blocking Balu, getting hit by Balu as he was blocking Balu's way.
Oh, Chriso
and we have a spin for Finuri.
What is this?
Everyone is trying to push their hardest into the last lap.
Yeah, Bravados is 2.5 seconds behind the Noxer. Noxer just needs to keep it clean in the last 2 sectors. This is crazy race in the last 2 races. And Bravados cutting the track.
I love this.
Oh, Bravados is now already on the back of the Noxer.
Noxer on his hard compass, trying to finish.
Yeah.
He has to defend as much as he can.
Yeah, and use his whole ERS.
He has to use the ERS at this point. He has hard compounds. They're on 13 laps. They're old. They're all broken down. While Don Bravados is on 2 laps old.
Only good thing for Noxer is that there is no DRS enabled.
No DRS enabled. That's amazing as he's going in.
Defend. But he made a mistake under this corner.
No!
Yeah, Bravados is already side by side to him.
Oh!
Just don't crash again, guys. Just don't crash.
And now we're gonna go into the last turn. Well, Noxer is gonna go in front. Well, Don Bravados could be taking the position right now.
Yeah, I think.
And Don Bravados is not going to be taking the position.
And Noxer takes it from Bravados.
Noxer is first. Noxer going from 5th all the way to the first position, knocking everyone out of the park because Ambu Mason made a mistake and went to the pits for softs as everyone went.
Yeah.
A beautiful race, everyone.
But we will still what will happen in the report because Mercedes drivers collided.
Definitely. There is going to be a lot of action for stewards tonight.
Jesus.
Man, am I glad I'm not a steward tonight.
The best 2 laps I've ever watched the F1 games.
Beautiful. This was full of action, and as I had hoped, safety car came to save the day again.
Yeah.
It went up nicely, middle of the race, completely boring, and at the end of the race, we had the most action in this season, possibly.
Yeah, Noxer took the win.
Haas driver.
In front of Bravados.
Yeah, knocking Mercedes out of the park.
Yeah. Chriso was P4, Finiri P5, Baloo P6, Nikacevic, fastest guy on track, but so many mistakes, P7, Joshua P8, and Mano in P9, and we lost Lord Dust Official and Gabrovets. So
very unfortunate for both of them, as this ending was possibly the most fun for our viewers, watchers, doesn't matter. For us, the commentators, and I can't even imagine how much stress the drivers had to feel at the end of the laps.
Yeah, this was really crazy at the end. Last 2 laps were complete knockout.
But it was beautiful. It was a lot of action, amazing, fun.
Yeah, exactly. I just wish they could have kept it a bit more cleaner, but okay.
No, that's true, of course.
You can expect some touches and bumps in these races, but we will see what will happen after this race in the incident report.
Yeah, still, and you can see there is a lot of corner cutting and multiple warnings going on and exceeded track limits going on in the incident report. But anyway, thank you everyone for tuning in for DPR Season 6 race in Jeddah 4, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Good night.
Take care and goodbye.